You know what the best reveal of all time ever was?
What's that?
It's me, Austin! It was me all along! Just joking. Oh, God, the wasted potential with that angle. Yeah, just, more pandering to Vince McMahon's ego. It's like, I am the higher power, Austin! Ha 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 ha! Yeah. Tell you what, Stone Cold Steve Austin, don't play that shit.
These gorilla walking assholes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
they have developed a robot that can do the gorilla walk.
The Vince McMahon,
Yeah.
I was going to say...
Humanity is doomed.
No, he doesn't walk like a gorilla. You know what he walks like? He walks like he's got about 10 sticks up his ass.
Well, doesn't he?
I'd say... I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I was thinking 12.
We're gonna watch some WrestleMans.
Yeah, okay.
There may in fact be some sort of sidewalk slam.
I would not doubt it.
Yeah.
So I'm a pretty big fan of wrestling. I mean, I followed wrestling. I followed both WCW and WWF, as it was known at the time. Now WWE. WCW was one of the ones that introduced me to Diamond Dallas Page. It introduced me to Rey Mysterio. It introduced me to Eddie Guerrero, which was awesome. ECW, I didn't really get to see much of it before it was canceled. I wasn't aware that it was. I was not aware of the channel that it was on. I saw like 2 or 3 of their programming, and I thought it was pretty cool. But before I knew it, it was canceled, and I was like, "Wow, that sucks."
Such is life.
And then WCW folded not too long after that.
Yep.
And thus thus WWF at the time, now WWE, is the lone big superpower. I mean, there's companies that vie for second place. Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and all that. TNA was a close second for a long time, but due to bad booking and just horrible decision making, they're now lucky if they'll be considered in the top 5.
Yeah.
So anyway,
it's a weird time for rope operas.
It is, and here recently though, there's been a little bit of changing in the guard, especially in the last few years. NXT, one of the used to be called Ohio Valley Wrestling.
Yep.
It was formed by Jim Cornette, whom I've spoken to you about in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my personal wrestling heroes. He stated that he started OVW as like a developmental territory.
Right. Yeah.
And NXT is now pretty much WWE's third brand. It's that popular.
Yeah.
And it all really started to take off whenever Triple H took over as he runs it, and also he put William Regal in charge of talent booking and also matchmaking and everything. And now it's just like it's otherworldly. I mean, they got some of the best wrestlers from all over the world now. They got Shinsuke Nakamura. They have Finn Balor. They have Samoa Joe. They have all of these great wrestlers, and to see them at work and to see them actually come up to the big show in WWE and take off, I mean, that's just like...
Yep. Sorry, when you said that, I'm like, wait, what does the Big Show have to do with this?
No. Well,
man, poor Big Show.
Poor Big Show. Don't get me wrong. I like Paul White. I loved him when he was the Giant. This unstoppable force in WCW.
Yeah, but now he's just like, you must slam this man.
Yeah, he's pretty much become, I hate using this term, but he's pretty much become the slam piece for anyone that they want to make look strong. I mean, honestly, they did it with John Cena. They did it with Wade Barrett. They did it with, they've done it with everyone that they want to seem strong.
Have they done it with Roman Reigns? Because they got to make Roman Reigns look strong.
Oh, God.
They got to make him look strong.
Okay, first off, Roman Reigns needs to add more moves to his facet. I mean, honestly, he has decent power moves. He's got decent power, and he has some kind of charisma. Maybe if you got him like a hype man or a valet. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got someone to work with him, on his speaking and everything, maybe he could then rise up to a greater potential that Vince McMahon has in mind for him. But as he is right now, he is a vacuous black hole at the center, holding on to the strap. I mean, honestly, he keeps coming out every week and saying the same old speech. It's like, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just the guy.
No, it's
he's
like,
been saying that for months, and I'm just like shut
listen,
up.
listen. The line is good, bad. I'm the guy with the gun. That's the line.
Anyway, I could see that one working better. It's like good, bad. I'm the guy with the belt.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a line.
That's a good line.
That's a line.
No, and it's just like, I'm the guy. It's just
like
okay, all of those Harvard writers that Stephanie McMahon and Vince McMahon hired to actually take place of bookers who actually know how to write good wrestling dialogue.
Well, the thing is, it's like, I'm the guy, and it's just like, wait, so you're the end boss of I Want to Be the Guy? I don't think that's right. Oh, I want to be the guy.
So you're DJ Qualls from that movie with Eliza Dushku? Yeah.
Not bad. All right. So
oh no, that's the new guy. Sorry.
We said all this stuff because WhatCulture Wrestling.
WhatCulture Wrestling. Arguably one of the most popular wrestling talk shows on the internet.
They do pretty good stuff.
They do awesome.
Yep.
And a lot of great comedy comes out of them from Adam Blumpier, Jack the Jobber, and Sam the editor, and Adam Pacitti. If you're watching this, we hope you have a speedy recovery. He's been having issues here recently with a sickness. Ooh. And I hope he has a full recovery and he comes back to WhatCulture, because I miss Adam versus Adam. I miss that. I miss that so
That's
much.
Fun.
But anyway, guys, here recently they've been putting out more and more content, and one that they've done here recently is the 10 most extreme matches ever.
Well, if one of them isn't, I swear by God, he's broken in half.
It probably is on here.
It probably is.
But these are the 10 most extreme WWE matches ever.
All right.
So, without further ado,
let's see.
Here we are.
A long time ago, a video was published on this site called The 10 Biggest Spots in Extreme Rules History. It was my first video for WhatCulture, and just over 1 year later, here we are. Extreme Rules is once again around the corner, except now I'm twice as popular as Jesus and 10 times as rich. Isn't time magical? Well, considering we've covered extreme moments from Extreme Rules, and last year's pay-per-view didn't really add that much, except an admittedly pretty sweet choke slam through some tables, let's look at the most insane and spot-filled bouts of all time. Honorable mention, I talk about it all the time, so Cactus Jack versus Triple H at Royal Rumble 2000 won't be on this list, but I love it forever. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are the 10 most extreme WWE matches ever. Number 10, Kurt Angle versus Shane McMahon. It really does say a lot that a match involving a man being repeatedly dropped on his head on the concrete floor is only number 10. Being the boss's son can't have been easy, but Shane knew how to earn respect backstage. I'm going to throw myself off all of the tall things. All the tall things. Sorry. SummerSlam 2000, Backlash 2001. These were bad times to be a spine, but if you want to talk Shane's extremist match, that would be his match with Kurt Angle at King of the Ring 2001.
Yeah,
Shane was smashed through glass, cut to buggery, shooting star pressed himself through a trash can, and the infamous botch, being belly to belly into glass that didn't break before dropping to the ground onto his damn head. It's genuinely hard to watch at points, but credit to Shane, he wouldn't let Angle drop the spot, shouting and swearing at him to repeatedly throw him into the glass until it broke. The first pain took 2 attempts. The second pain took 3. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Number 9, TLC 2. In wrestling terminology, a spot fest is a match with lots of daredevilry and high-impact moves, but very little actual storytelling. The term spot fest is a compliment or an insult, depending on your personal tastes, but what's objective is this. TLC 2 is the biggest damn spot fest of all time. At WrestleMania X7, the Adam Blompier of WrestleManias, the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian put on one of the Captain Crunchiest matches of all time. Jeff being speared off the ladder, Lita wrecking Spike Dudley with a chair shot and then boobs, Matt and Bubba going through 4 tables. It's a spicy sauce. Number 8, Mick Foley versus Edge. Speaking of WrestleMania classics, this is the first appearance of Mick Foley on the list. It's not going to be the last. At WrestleMania 22, Saint Mick, wearing a blue shirt, so you know he meant business, was trying to prove that he still had it. And by it, I mean a ludicrous disregard for his skin and everything inside his skin. Edge speared Mick while his torso was wrapped in barbed wire. Hey, he was wearing 2 shirts. Extreme. Edge cut his arm wide open. Edge then shredded Foley's head with Barbie. If you dream it, you can be it. Hashtag unapologetic. Also, thumbtacks got involved, but the screaming cherry on the mental sundae was the spear through the flaming table. As Joey Styles would say, oh my God. Number 7, Goldust versus Piper. Our trilogy of WrestleMania car wrecks concludes on this great heap of violent nonsense. The Hollywood backlot brawl at WrestleMania 12 between the bizarre one, Goldust, and the best street fighter in a skirt since your mum, Rowdy Roddy Piper. In terms of violence, it has its fair share, including Piper hitting Goldie with some of the stiffest punches in wrestling, before Goldust returns a favour by hitting the not Scotsman with a gold car and speeding off. Roddy gave chase, and the match then pushed the boundary of taste by incorporating actual footage of the O.J. Simpson police chase, a mere 20 months after it had taken place, straight in there with topical comedy. And then when the match got to the ring, they did the requisite sex stuff that a Goldust match demands. Bottoms were rubbed, Goldie was stripped to a full lingerie set, and the dudes kissed each other not once but twice. Ha 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 ha, gay panic. It may not have been the most bloody, but it was a shocking match for its time. Number 6, JBL versus John Cena. Juan Cena, El Campeón Invisible, is a man associated with parental guidance, bad shirts, and lame jokes that even your dad would read and go, that's a bit stale. But the dude shed his fair share of blood for the business, most of it during this match against JBL at Judgment Day 2005. An I Quit match for Cena's very silly spinner belt. The two men did very bad things to each other over nearly half an hour. Both men busted open, with Cena especially drenched in blood, covering his head and chest as JBL choked him out with an electrical cable. It was a match reminiscent of a back alley knife fight or a Newcastle wedding as it's known up north. Number 5, Tommy Dreamer and Sandman versus the Dudleys. ACW, for all the tiny tots and Jack G. Kings watching this video, was a wrestling promotion from the 90s full of beer-filled men cracking a furniture warehouse over each other's heads. Also, New Jack lived there, him and his crazy knives. Extreme ECW matches would be a list unto itself, but let's focus on one from actual WWE pay-per-views. One Night Stand was the first and best use of ECW on WWE programming. They gave Paul Heyman free reign to give his extremely crappy wrestling one last hurrah, and it was a visceral, angry bellow of a show, raw and passionate and bloody. The final match on the card was drenched with the red stuff and nostalgia, and it was this, Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman teaming up on the Dudleys. The match starts with Dreamy and Sandy licking beer off the boobs of women at ringside. It escalates into a brawl with BWO, Axel Rotten and Balls Mahoney, RIP both, Kid Cash doing a monster flip. Then in the match, Dreamy takes a cheese grater to the head, canes, ladders, a barbed wire tumbleweed ball comes into play, the Impact players show up, there's a powerbomb through a flaming table. It's all of ECW in 20 minutes, basically. Number 4, Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack. Mick Foley, good to see you again, I think. Backlash 2004, it's another hardcore match starring Mrs. Foley's baby boy, and this time he's severely shortening the career of Randall Orton. Mickles donned his Cactus Jack persona like Jason, putting on his hockey mask, and took it to the legend killer with all sorts of toys. Most of the match was basically just a threesome with Barbie, Randy, and Mick. Then out came trash cans, thumbtacks, trips off the stage through some plywood, and hell, why not barbed wire boards? What a jolly old time. Seeing Orton's bare back landing on the thumbtacks, seeing them sticking into his arms and his fingers was damn sickening. Number 3, Eddie Guerrero versus JBL. Speaking of sickening, this may not have the most hardcore spots of all the matches on this list, but it may be the hardest to watch. Judgment Day 2004, and the site of the most infamous botched blade job of all time. JBL struck Eddie with a chair shot, and Guerrero bladed way too deep, nicking an artery in his forehead. He lost so much claret that he went into shock backstage, requiring a blood transfusion. Ugh, look at this. Look at it. Just look at... Number 2, Mankind versus The Rock. I Quit match. Hey, talking of unprotected chair shots to the head, this match is also an uncomfortable watch. At the Royal Rumble 1999, Mankind, Mick again, puts his WWF title on the line against The Rock in an utterly brutal match. Foley took a bump from an elevated seating level onto a bunch of speakers. Kayfabe knocked out the lights in the arena, but the truly extreme spot came later, with The Rock repeatedly striking Mankind with chair shots. But Rock, that's where his brain lives. It doesn't matter where his brain lives. Foley's hands were handcuffed behind his back, and he couldn't protect himself even at all from the 11 damn chair shots off his dome. In the end, the assault split his head open. It's horrible, horrible stuff. Number 1, Mankind versus Undertaker, Hell in a Cell. He flew off the cell. He flew through the cell. Thumbtacks, chairs. The man's goddamn tooth went through his goddamn lip and goddamn lodged in his goddamn nose. Why would he?
I swear by God, he's broken.
Why would any of us? Happy Extreme Rules anniversary, everybody. And that's our list. Did we miss any out? Tell us about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Twitter here. I'm Aaron from WhatCulture.com, and I'll see you soon. WhatCulture.com are releasing a new magazine about wrestling, and it's called Wrestling. It'll have
bump, yeah.
140 pages of timeless wrestling content, including a brand new How WWE Should Have Booked written by this virulent son of a bitch. It will also have a list of the 100 best wrestling matches of all time compiled by WhatCulture staff and wrestling insiders. So the magazine is available to pre-order now. Follow the link in the description and enjoy WhatCulture.com's wrestling.
Oh.
Yeah. So
That I knew that was going to be number one.
it had to be.
It had to, if it had not been number one,
There better have been a damn good reason.
yeah. Honestly, here's what I think. That one is number 0. You rank that one as number 0 and then you go from there.
That's patient zero of
Yeah.
the hardest of hardcore.
Oh.
I was gonna say the only bump I could really say would have rivaled that would have been Jim Cornette's fall off of the scaffolding. He fell about 20 feet, ass first into the ring. And it was. I was gonna say professional wrestling. A lot of it is acted out.
I mean, it's rope opera.
It really.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
But okay. First off, let me say this. Different wrestlers go about the matches different ways. Mm-hmm. 2 key examples. Triple H loves to plan the match out all the way through, to the point of where he will actually go into the empty arena with his opponent and run through the entire match, and then do it again the next night. Versus someone like Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Who's just
who gets the main spots of the match.
Yep.
And
It's just
the
these
and the finish,
things happen,
and then the finish,
and then it's all right, let's fill in the blanks.
and then fill in the blanks from there. And you do it with communication in the ring. Now, a lot of performers prefer the style of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
They prefer, the on-the-fly thinking and everything. And this is good whenever you have technicians who know how to do pretty much all the spots. That's why training is important, guys.
Yeah.
Don't attempt this unless you are trained by professionals. And even then, I mean, the spots are real, guys. I mean, honestly, you think that the ring is made of pillows that are going to break your fall every time?
Do you think people are picking up a decoy of the Big Show?
No.
Oh.
Do you think that
I don't care how fake it is. That takes a lot of power.
It does. Takes a lot of raw strength. Okay, another thing too. Do you think that those chairs are 100% gimmicked?
No.
I was going to say, what they do is they loosen up the steel in the seat part. They hammer it out with a hammer, and then they paint over it to look it so that it makes a loud noise.
Yeah.
They do that. But the hits are real, and you have to hit them just right, because you don't want a New Jack situation where you hit them with pretty much the top corner where the joint meets, and you crack somebody's freaking skull.
Yeah.
He did that. No. New Jack did that. He got pissed off because this kid who was 19 years old got into the ring, and he was told that New Jack was going to win. The kid didn't want to lay down and take the pin. So New Jack proceeds to pick up a chair. When the kid turns around, smack right here with the hardest point of the chair. No give, and he cracks the kid's skull. I mean,
Did he survive?
yes.
Good.
He survived. He survived, and he, as a matter of fact, as far as I know, he wrestles still to this day. But yeah, people love this, man. People love to wrestle. I mean, honestly, that's just like you ever heard of the Von Erich family? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Von Erich family. Given the tragedy that has happened with 4 of the 5 brothers that got involved in wrestling, are now gone, and it all happened within a span of 10 years.
Yeah.
The fact that happened, I think, would turn their kids off completely to it. But no, Kevin Von Erich, the last surviving Von Erich brother, when he asked his sons what they wanted to do, and they said, "I want to be like you, Daddy. I want to wrestle." he told them the dangers of it, and they understood it.
Yeah.
And they willingly leapt into it, and they have their father's guidance of what to stay away from and everything.
Yeah.
And they've been trained by him, Harley Race. They've been trained by several different companies in Japan, and from what I hear, they're actually doing really good. Robin Marshall Von Erich. They're in NXT right now, I believe, and they look like they got a lot of promise about them.
Well, there you go.
But you see, people who take it to the extremes in matches, the most extreme I've ever seen a match go. It was there's several examples. The one I saw that literally just made me like pause, and I was just like that person's probably dead. It was this spot that New Jack took. New Jack was wrestling this guy, and they were supposed to take a bump off the side of this entranceway of an arena and fall down and hit the table. New Jack is supposed to fall off. He jumps off, and he overshoots the table, and his feet hit the table, and his head goes smack into the floor.
Yeah. Whoop. Yep.
New Jack lost the sight in his right eye from this fall. That's how hard the fall was.
Permanently?
Permanently.
Dang.
He is permanently blind in his right eye. And
to be fair, from what I'm hearing, that guy doesn't sound like he's terribly bright.
No, he's certifiable. He's a certifiable schizophrenic.
That would do it.
And he says he takes his medication, but when he gets in the ring sometimes, he goes, so that's just like this other time, he beat the ever-loving piss out of a 69-year-old man who got in the ring thinking that it was just going to be a squash. He'd go in there, he'd get a move or two on New Jack, and then New Jack would toss him and pin him. But then New Jack, I guess, heard the voices, and they said, this motherfucker said some shit behind your back.
Oh, boy.
And proceeded to F this old man up tremendously, leaving him in a bloody mess. And then there was another time, there was a guy, he had this computer chip. It was a computer chip about that big.
Oh, no.
And it had the big prongs on the bottom.
Oh, no.
Stuck it on top of this guy's head.
No.
Chair shot to the top of the head.
No.
They had to pry it out with pliers. That was... I saw that. I was just like, wow, that's bad. That guy's hair follicles are gonna have some trouble growing back now. Okay. And another spot that scared me in WWE was the Eddie Guerrero one, where Eddie Guerrero's head was just pouring with blood.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw that. I remember the fans' reaction to that. The fans' reaction was just, the whole arena just went, oh!
Yeah.
When they saw the blood just coming down and covering his chest.
And he caught an artery, so that's...
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, my gosh. I can't imagine doing stuff like me. I've jumped in a wrestling ring with some of my friends, and we've done fake, easy moves, like the rock bottom and, the people's elbow.
The people's elbow.
The Stone Cold Stunner. One of them wanted to attempt a tombstone pile driver. I'm like, guys,
no,
calm your tits.
No,
calm yourself.
We're not doing that.
No, we're not going to break each other's necks.
No.
Now, if anything, the hardest one the most difficult one we ever did was the suplex. Vertical suplex. Like traditional vertical suplex.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, whenever you go up, flatten your body out and land in the center of your back. Break your fall that way.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. Don't land on your side. Don't let your feet land first. If your feet land first, all the impact comes down on your ankles.
Yes.
And you will F yourself up tremendously.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we did that. And we had a guy there with us, and he's like, all right, now you jump with him whenever he goes over and flatten your back out, and he took the hit, and he got up. He was like, "Oh man, that was awesome!" And I was just like,
you're just like, he's alive. Okay,
I was just like, okay, no broken neck. We did good.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And one guy suplexed me. He was a big guy. He was like 6'6", weighed about a good 300 pounds. His upper body was just massive. I mean, honestly, his shoulders were like out to here.
Oh,
and he was just like, he's like,
big dude.
So you want to be suplexed? And I'm like,
not really. No.
I was like, be gentle. and he was just like, he's like, all right, jump 1, 2, 3, and I jump as hard as I can, and I come down on my back, and it's just like, oh, all right, and I got up, and was just like, yeah. You see, I've taken some wrestling classes here and there. You know, like I did amateur wrestling in high school. You know, I did like the traditional wrestling. And
Right,
then,
yeah.
And then, and then I took professional wrestling classes because I thought, hey, might as well see what it's all about.
Why not,
and,
right? You know.
And I was going to say, a lot of the guys that get in the ring, a lot of the guys I see get into the ring, they're thinking, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's just like, calm down, learn the basics, learn the grip of the ropes, see where the give and the ropes are at, because you don't want to hang yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you gotta get a feel for the ring. I mean, feel the depth of the ring as well, because sometimes they have the padding that's like that thick, and they got the padding that's like that thick.
Uh-huh.
Thankfully, we had the padding that was about that thick right there, so it was
a little more cushion.
Yeah, a little more cushion to it, so it was easy to work with.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, they actually said, all right, who here has an idea for like a finishing move?
Uh-oh.
And me, I was just like, okay, I got one. It's like a crossbody, like pick up for a suplex, except stop here, and then do a spin and pretty much turn it into a rock bottom. And I called it the Vision Quest. I call it the Vision Quest because when it hits, you'll be on a Vision Quest.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I did that, and it was I was gonna say, he's like, all right, explain to me what to do. It was like the big guy, and he picked up like a smaller guy, like who's like 5'8", weighed like 140 pounds.
No, I love the image of, all right, picks up smaller guy, walk me through this.
he's like, what'd you have in mind? It's like, okay, so like a scoop suplex.
We're gonna do this in slow motion.
All right, like a scoop suplex, and you hold him here, like a cross body, like he's going up, like he'd hit you with a cross body and you'd catch him, and you'd like do like a throw, like a fall away slam, like you'd throw him over, but instead you twist and you turn it in, and you throw his legs around, and he does, and you turn it into a rock bottom, and he does, and he's like, hey man, you mind if I borrow that? And it's like,
there you go,
if you want to, man. And
and it's just like, I don't know that I could stop you. You are a very large man.
No, I was like, sure,
Why not?
Yeah,
go
just
for it, man.
Do your thing, man. All good in the hood.
Yeah. It's just like, just don't hurt me.
It's just like, just don't step on me.
Yeah.
It's like, and if you fall on me, make sure it kills me instantly.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be trapped under you and suffocate. Because as big as you are, I will. Gosh. But I'd like to give wrestling another try again. Not like give it like a career. I'm not gonna dedicate a career to it. There's a few wrestling schools around here that they'll teach you some stuff and everything.
You're aware that we are going to film this and put it up on the channel.
Well, I don't doubt it. I mean, honestly, if you all want to. Honestly, do you all want me to take a wrestling course?
Here's what's going to happen.
Body slammed and
it's
everything?
Going to be me, Micah, and Bo doing color commentary.
So you say, and Nathan goes in, and there's a scoop slam, and by God, he's broken in half.
I'm doing that. I am doing that.
And Michael just be sitting there like, is this sports ball?
I think Micah can do a little bit better than that.
I guarantee we'll have to have him do like an Arnold thing. He's like, he's being scoop slammed. He's down. He's down. Quick, get him a cookie. Hey, put that cookie down.
I wasn't expecting the cookie.
He's like, put that Nathan down. Put him down now.
That's good. That's good. I wasn't expecting that.
And Bo
and Bo's just gonna be losing his mind.
Bo will be like, Nate, what are you doing? No, get out of the ring. Get out of the ring. And I'll just be like, I'm good.
Get out of there.
I'm good. And it's like, all right, snap suplex. What? Ah!
It's like, it looks like some sort of sidewalk slam because I just ooh.
He might be hurt, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Yeah, he broke something.
And it'll come back, and I'll just be like,
Yeah, like at that point, like I've walked into the ring, I've got the lab coat on and everything, and it's like, okay, what hurts? Does it hurt when you do this?
It hurts when I do it. It hurts when I blink.
Then, don't do that.
I can't.
It's like, does it hurt when you do this? Yeah. Well, don't do that. Stop that.
Okay, Dr. Free Pants Gavin.
Hey, look. I'm not that kind of doctor. Said it before. Say it again. Not that kind of doctor.
Then stop wearing the lab coat. Just joking. Just joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, man. Come on, you know me.
That is very important personal protective equipment, I'll have you know.
Well, you do have the ballistic weave. I mean,
there you go.
I mean, hey,
it works.
It's bulletproof. I mean,
yeah.
I was gonna say,
surprisingly non-reactive.
Yeah, there you go. So, oh god.
Anyway,
where do we go? Where do we go with our brains? So, guys, once again, thank you all for tuning in. This was WhatCulture Wrestling 10 most extreme WWE matches ever.
Oh.
And let us know if you want us to watch more of this. If you want us to watch more WhatCulture Wrestling, let us know because we like this stuff. We like watching this and seeing what
seeing what they come up with.
Oh man, because they got a lot of videos, man. And we'll have to go back and watch some of these and see what I think they got WTF Moments WrestleMania edition.
All right.
Which goes over all the crazy moments that happened at WrestleMania that weren't supposed to.
I bet there are a lot of them.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
But anyway, guys, once again, thank you for tuning in. Check out the original video in the description below. Check out WhatCulture Wrestling. They're awesome. Also, check out the description for all of our various other endeavors. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you liked it. And until next time, we will see you later, Internet. Peace out.
It was me, comment section. It was me all along.